It's been a long time since I've used this camera and done like a makeup video on my YouTube channel. If you follow me on Instagram, I'm mostly doing it there. But I just wanted to make this video because we are going through a lot right now. We're in the times of COVID-19. It's stressful, it's hard, it's mentally exhausting, physically exhausting. But before I continue, I want to just give a shout out to all the healthcare workers out there, anybody that's still working as the essential workers are. I want to say thank you so much for anybody out there that is just doing so much for us, that's sacrificing their own health to keep everybody going. And I just want to say thank you so much to all you guys. Honestly, this world, I know so many nurses myself and doctors that I just think this world would be nothing. This is when you guys are being tested to the max and you guys are coming through, pulling through, flying from different states to come to epicenters, and it's just crazy. So I just want to say thank you. So to get into the video today, we're doing something, as you guys saw, COVID-19 makeup tutorial, or being quarantined makeup tutorial. We're not going out, or we going out for groceries, and you know, sometimes you still want to look good. I do, at least, or even if I'm in the house, I still want to look good. So this is something that I do, just a casual thing. It's not like huge, and if you do wear a mask, as in Michigan, I think in the whole entire United States, you're supposed to, it's mandatory to wear a mask now. I will suggest to always put like a towel paper, if you have any, or like a tissue inside your mask, because if you are going to wear lipstick or anything, it's going to come off on that mask. So what I try to do is not wear lipstick. I just wear some chapstick, and that's all. But if you do foundation or tinted moisturizer or something like what I'm going to do today, I would just put on like a layer of towel paper or tissue. It'll just protect your mask from getting all dirty, unless you're using the reusable, I mean not the reusable, the disposable ones that you just throw out, then that's a different case. I have a reusable one I have to wash, so I try to keep it clean by putting a towel paper in between. That's just a little tip if you are going out. So let's begin. I have prepped the skin a little bit with some vitamin C serum, and the next thing that I like to do is, I just got this new thing right here. Let's see, it's probably too bright for you guys. This is what I'm using. I'm sure you can't read the writing because it's kind of bright, but this is the Glowy Makeup Serum Base. So this is a glowy serum. So I'm just gonna add this, take one drop, filled it up all the way, and I'm just going to do it right here. All right, I see I'm getting a little pimpy right here. I'm on my period, so that's probably why. I like to do it in circular motions. I feel like there is a way of doing this because you don't want to take off too much of the product on your fingers. So what I like to do is, I like to just kind of pat it in after I rub it in. I try to use one hand so that way I'm not, you know, contaminating with any kind of other germs. Just one hand is best. So this doesn't really have a smell, I can tell you that. It really doesn't. It's just, it has more of like a water base. Like I said, if you put it on your hand, you definitely see water. So if you can tell, let me see my monitor. Yeah, you can see that I've got the shine going on. So this is what it is delivering to me, which I love. It's the whole purpose of it. The second thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my NARS. I'm the shade, what am I? Oh, Alaska, light number 2. I actually restocked on this. I just like to take some on the back of my hand, and I'm going to mix this with actually this Drunk Elephant bronzing drops. So I'm trying to look a little, you know, tan, even though I'm inside. So I'm just going to put one drop in there, maybe 1.5 kind of pump in there. So it looks something like this. See? And what I like to do is I like to use my finger, and I just like to mix it. So that's what we're going to do. Just a little bit of drop. I see the tan. Yep. Mix it in, give myself a little tan. Not too much, but then I'm just gonna wipe, swipe, whatever on my face. I don't do too much on my forehead just because my forehead is just always darker than the rest of my face, since it's the first place that gets the most sun. Because yes, I got a big forehead. I'm trying to get rid of all of this off my... Oh, look, I just got like a... I didn't mix, clearly didn't mix all the way, but it's fine. So I'm going to take a brush, because I like to use a brush when I'm doing a light type of makeup. Because this is a BB cream, I'm not looking for intense, super coverage. And I'm just going to kind of tap it in and swirl it in. I kind of have different methods of putting, I'm weird, I just kind of use my way of which way I feel best. It's always different. Honestly, some days I'm like, oh, let me tap it in. Let me swirl it in. So I don't know. I think I do both, to be honest. So as you can see, it's a very light coverage, and that's what I'm aiming for. Just something to give me more of a kind of smooth canvas, equal canvas on my face. But this is, again, it's going to be super simple. We're not doing much. It's pretty fast. So if you want to do this in the morning, before you get working from home, before you start working from home, I mean, it's very hard to do makeup and like talk at the same time. If you've tried it, you know. I need to go get laser done on my face, but my laser place is closed, but there's hair. Laser has definitely changed my life, as a lot of you guys have seen on my videos too, if you follow me. If not, and you're new, welcome. So the next thing we're going to do after is obviously concealer, because I have pigmentation like crazy. So again, I like to use my NARS Custard Medium 1. I have both the matte and the cream, but usually I try to use the matte as much as I can because you get so much more. The cream is so little. So I'm just going to take my brush and just kind of go right underneath. And my mirror is here, by the way, if you're wondering where I'm looking at my mirror, so hopefully you guys can see me and what I'm doing. Yeah, I think you can. I'm looking at my monitor to make sure. I got my mirror on one side and a monitor on the other side. And I'm just going to coat the top. Wait till I show you guys what I do with my brows. It's so different than what I always do. It's completely different. I'm going to take a little bit here, because I have redness. I know it looks kind of crazy what I'm doing. Like I'm just kind of putting it on, but you'll see why in a second. I am just putting it on, but this is my favorite thing to do, use my finger. So I like to use my finger, my ring finger as always, of course, and I like to tap it in. Because I find that when I do this, I get less creasing. It's weird. I just find that it's something with my finger and really just distributing it maybe evenly compared to a beauty blender. My finger does some sort of, I don't know, trick. Maybe it's natural oils that kind of keeps it from creasing less. And by the way, these nails that you see are press-ons from Kiss. So Kiss came through during this quarantine. I had to take my acrylics off. They were very much grown out and lifting, so I didn't want to keep them on longer and not be able to function because they were super long. So I took them off and put these on. And I did lose one pinky, this one right here, but I managed to find another one that fit me in the kit. That's the one sucky part, is like not all of them completely fit the bottom of your, like the bed of your nail or the cuticles of your, I don't know what the term is, but like it doesn't fit completely. So that is one kind of hard part, because if I lose this one, I have no pinky nail. I'd have to like put on a whole new set, which kind of sucks. So I think I'm good. I've evenly distributed it from what it looks like. Let me prop myself up. I'm slipping off my chair. I'm gonna go to brows. So this is the trick. I use this for my brows. You know, this is the mascara primer that I use also, but I also have learned to use it on my brows because I don't have many, right? So I try to give it the illusion that I have brows. So what I like to do is just go upwards, and it literally gives me that, like, look at that. Like I've got a lot of eyebrows. And that's it. Same thing to the other side. I should have put a clip in my hair, but I didn't. And as you probably can see, I haven't really, well, I haven't zoomed you in, thank God. I need to do my eyebrows. I don't get my eyebrows done just because, again, like I always say, I don't really have any, so there's not much to shape it with. I just pluck my own eyebrows. I do know how to thread, but I don't even have that much hair to thread. Honestly, I used to thread my upper lip. That's all I usually had to do. So that's what it looks like. feel like I might be a little bright for you guys, so let me turn you down a notch. There we go. So I just made myself a little darker because I feel like I was a little too bright. So I'm gonna tuck my hair back behind my ears. I have big ears, I know. But the second thing, I'm gonna let that dry a little bit, but the second thing I'm gonna do is this, my Anastasia brow gel. I use blonde because I'm blonde, as you can tell. So we're just gonna go in and just coat, same upwards motion to try to lighten them a little bit. I don't even know if there's any more left in here because I do have a backup of this too. I'm smart. I went in before I knew this was gonna happen, and I shopped and I got all the things I needed as backups. And even I've been shopping a lot because every time I go to Virginia, I have to take makeup, and at this point I almost leave a lot of stuff there because it's so much. It's just so hard to keep taking makeup back and forth, and I have a lot, so it's, oh my god, for my wedding, I had a whole bag, and the bag literally broke. The zip broke that I had to take all my makeup for. So yeah, I can't wait to kind of move and just have everything in place, or I'd have to do two things, I need to have 2 sets of twos. Oh my god, I can't talk. I need to have sets of twos. So one thing, brows and everything are there, brows are here, so I don't have to keep going back and forth. So this is kind of how it looks. I've got that full bushy eyebrow look, even though I don't have any full bushy brows. But we're gonna go back to the face. I'm literally not gonna do anything here, okay? Nothing. It's just gonna stay like this. But to even out some things, we need to even out this area because it looks a little too bright, right? So I'm gonna take my Fenty that I got from Sephora when I used to work there. As you can see, I have the sticker. This is in the shade Shady Biz, and you will see that I am at pan, completely done, finished. But we're still gonna use whatever there is. So I'm gonna take a small fluffy brush like this, and I like to go right here, and so that way it just gives my eyelid some dimension, especially because it's a little flat matte right now. So we're just gonna bring back some dimension. I do not even contour my nose, but at this point, after you do this, if you would like to contour your nose, you can. I just don't feel the need, especially if I'm going grocery shopping, like I said, and then I put a mask on and it's tight right here. It's just no point. The makeup, the mask just takes it off, or I have this line, so I just keep it at this. If you want, you can actually color the whole eyelid too. I might just do that because I'm wearing yellow today. Usually, it depends on what I'm wearing. Sometimes I don't need to coat the whole eye, but we'll just do it now. Coating whole eye. Alright, see? Simple as that. Giving it some dimension right now. There'll still be dimension, don't worry. And then I'm going to take my Marc Jacobs, what color is this? I know it's a brown. It's called Brownie. I'm going to take this, and it's not really sharpened as I should sharpen it, but I like to make a little wing just at the end. So it creates this lift in my face especially, and I'm going to drag it as much as I can, just a little, to the corner of my eye. Nothing crazy. And if you mess up, honestly, it's okay. You can always just diffuse it. I like to kind of make it kind of light, so it's not that drastic, see? I just kind of very lightly. And then I'm going to bring it down to this corner a little. Actually, I have a little brush that we're going to use. Where is it? My brush. Oh, I didn't bring it out. I'm going to take this little brush right here and just kind of smudge it down that line so it connects the top and the bottom. And you'll see a difference in the eyes already. This one has a little spark to it. This one kind of blah and boring. Doing the same thing here. So you see there's a little difference, but it still looks kind of blah. You know, my face doesn't look that amazing yet. So I'm going to put some mascara on, which will tie in everything. This one is the Makeup by Milk. It is the Kush mascara. I got this also, I think, in a kit as a sample. At first I really didn't like it, and I don't know if I still like it, but I'm going to be using it just so I can finish it. I'm one of those people that don't like to waste so much product. So as you can see, it's not that bad. And I didn't use mascara primer because I'm at home, or I just don't feel like the need to have to do all that. If you want to, you can. It's definitely an option. I'm being lazy. And not even that, I just, like I said, when I want to go out and I know I have a reason to go out, like, you know, I got a shoe, or I'm meeting my girls, or I'm going to the mall and I want to look all out glam, then I'll do that step. But I'm not really trying to look all out glam. Just kind of that no makeup look where I look at least normal and civilized. So as you can see, I got some on the top of my eyes, but I'll wait till it dries and then I take a Q-tip and it goes away just in a jiffy. But what we're going to do with the eyes also is add some opening of the eye. That's what we're going to do. This is by Morphe, and this is the Nabla. I think is this by, I always get confused who this is by and collab with, but I feel like this is I don't know, I'm not even going to say because watch me be a fool. So I'm not going to say anything about who this is collab, or if this is just a Morphe collection, no idea. But this is in the color nude. There's a lighter color than this, but they didn't have it where I was at in my Morphe here. So I just settled to get this. But I do love it. I'm going to line the inside bottom of my eye to give it that awakening. Because, hey, who doesn't want to look awake? Even though we might be sleeping a lot during this quarantine, I feel like sometimes when you oversleep, you look more tired. If that makes sense. With going back with this, I'm just going to drag it a little more inside very lightly, just to give my eye that more three-dimensional effect. And now I think we're okay to take a Q-tip. I always keep one in hand. That's kind of my cleaning Q-tip. And I'm just going to swipe. See, gone. I don't think I have that much on this eye. So that's gone in a jiffy. There's progress. And then the last thing that I like to do before the lips is I like to add a little bit of freckles. Yes, I do. And the way I use my freckles is I use this to add freckles. This is the Urban Decay Brow Blade. So I had bought this a while back, finished the side that had the pencil done. So I didn't want to waste the product again. So I'm like, how can I mean, I don't like this as an eyeliner either. You can use it as a liner, but I use it to make freckles. So I just kind of, you know, dab them in random places. If you're not, you don't have to do this step. Some people are like, I don't want freckles, you know, which is fine. Like my few freckles that I actually have, you can see one right here. That's a real one. They do show with BB cream, but sometimes if you're using a, you know, thicker, heavier foundation, you won't be able to see your freckles, so you can always draw them back in. I think I gave myself a decent amount just to be like, cute and sporadic. I feel like one side, I hate when one side has more than the other, and then you're like really trying to equal them out. But then again, freckles are not about being equal. They're all just anywhere and everywhere if you have them. So that's what I did. Just add it. I'm sure you can't see. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is add some chapstick. This is what I've been using, the Clinique. They don't make this anymore. It's discontinued, but the Clinique Prep Start Pout Restoring Night Mask. I use this as an everyday mask, like all the time on my lips. It's so hydrating. I did get their Clinique lip balm that's kind of like this in the same kind of packaging. So I'm hoping it's the same thing in the same formula, just a different name. And my lips have gotten smaller because I haven't got them done in a while, but I'm actually not mad about it. It looks good. And then if I want to give them like a little pink tint, I will put the Buxom Big O, right? Yeah, Big O on my lips, just to give it a little pink tint. And if you want, you can line it. Like sometimes I'll line it with a little bit of brown to give that more dimensional look. the more pout. Honestly, I don't care for it that much. Like I said, I'm home. I want to be as natural as I can, at least look like it. And then the last thing after this, to set my makeup. Oh, I forgot. Before I set my makeup, the very best part is you need to have some glow, okay? Yes, I need to put highlighter. I always say this is my favorite part, and I think this is a lot of people's favorite part, is highlighting. So I just like to pat it into the skin. This I like to pat into the skin. I do not swipe, I pat. And this also helps if you really do have some, you made some bad freckles and they don't look so right, it'll kind of diffuse that issue too. So yeah, I'm just gonna go all the way to the cheekbone, all the way up to the edge, give that highlight right there. Of course the nose, I have to. And see, I do crease no matter what, so I just kind of go and dab that in. But tap all this highlight everywhere, yes, because the last to last setting part is what brings everything together, because the setting spray that I use is a very special dewy spray that I've been using religiously for years now. And it's about the same price as all, I think, highlighters, but it's available everywhere because it is in Target. So you can kind of get it anywhere. Always have to do this area and above the lips to give it that three-dimensional pop. Look at that, yes. And then the last thing is I try to take a little brush and I just go right here. You definitely want that pop again, awakening. I like to take it in a little bit. There we go. And you can always use this. I'm telling you, I love highlighter. I never have enough. But now, finally, to end all, this is my secret weapon. It's the Pixie Glow Mist with, I have no idea, propolis and argan. So, but this stuff is amazing. I like to shake it up kind of because it breaks apart, it separates the oils. Well, before, I mean, like, it was separated. Now I'm mixing it together, that's what I mean. So now it's all mixed together. Does it even say to shake? I don't even know, but I do this, so. It doesn't say shake, but I do it. And then you will see me just get dewier and dewier. And I'm dewy. And that's all I wanted. Now, if you are somebody that wants an extra pop, honestly, you can. What I like to do sometimes is take this Pixie, another Pixie product, on the glow stick. It is amazing and hydrating because I have dry skin. I just like to kind of pat it. But if you have oily skin, I do not recommend doing this because if you don't like mix it and let it dissolve, and in the sense of actually rubbing into your skin and you just leave it on your skin like how I do, I just kind of let it be, you will clog up your pores. So don't do that if you have oily skin. I have really dry skin again, so for me this is something I do and I can do, and I can just leave it on all day. And if you're somebody who touches your face, don't do this because it won't be beneficial to you. But this definitely keeps that glow set in all day. All day. There we go. I'm dewy. I'm happy, like I said. And now I'm ready to just have a natural day. I have a natural makeup look where I can go grocery shopping, anything like that, or be around the house and just feel a little alive, a little happy, a little confident with myself. If you guys like this, leave a like or leave a comment and subscribe. I will try to keep making more. I'm sorry, I'm not a person that can just keep making them like this, and that. I just am that person. It's really hard. It's just me. I have to edit by myself. So it gets kind of hard, but it's not impossible. I'm not saying that